before I got out of the service, I was like, man, I can write my own ticket. This is, my resume is going to be golden.
With the rising cost of civilian life and the continued high rate of unemployment across the country, many returning vets are unable to find rewarding jobs that utilize skills developed in the military. The added pressure of unemployment can certainly add to the already mounting issues of a veteran suffering from TBI.
Our veterans are coming home to one of the biggest recessions we've had since the Great Depression, and that compounds the already difficult issues that they're having reintegrating into society.
I tried getting jobs related to what I did on active duty and power generation, but they wanted that piece of paper that says, hey, you've sat through a class and learned about this stuff, when in fact I was a kid that went there and actually did the stuff.
Astoundingly, statistics show that our returning veterans are experiencing roughly twice the level of unemployment of the regular civilian population.
I went about 3 or 4 months just putting applications out. I did a couple interviews, and I thought if I just had an interview, I'd be golden.
We're talking about people who've been through some of the most world-class leadership and technical training you could ever want, who in their roles in the military are responsible for sometimes hundreds of people and millions of dollars worth of equipment, huge amounts of responsibility, life and death decisions made sometimes on a daily basis.
We were instructors at the Baghdad Police Academy. We ran 22 Iraqi police stations.
I served in the United States Navy as a machinist mate. Pretty much, I felt like my job was the heart of the ship.
We were the first instructors to teach women, at the Baghdad Police Academy. So we have all these great things that, we did and that I could put on a resume.
And they come home and they can't find a job anywhere, or if they can, it might be in a video store or something.
But I just recently, a couple months ago, got hired on with a private security company where I'm armed, I carry a weapon, but I only make $8.50 an hour. So it's not exactly, I think I made more money on unemployment. It kind of takes the wind out of my sails, but I am employed, but it's not anything spectacular.
I came home off active duty and I was lost. It's like, what do I do now?
I couldn't get a job, working for a corporation, like selling a product, because I don't have a bachelor's degree in marketing. But I can go to Baghdad and I can, unite 2 clans or tribes that have been fighting for hundreds of years.
When I first got out, I went into a factory, which in a way I thought would be kind of like being in the military, because everybody had to work together to make the parts and get the job done. But there really isn't a lot of cohesion.
It's definitely a lot slower paced out here in the civilian world, and so far I've taken a liking to it. It took a while to get adjusted to it, but like I said, the support of family and friends is irreplaceable.
You're so used to having the common respect in the military that when you come out and there's a lot of disrespect, the way people are treated, it's very hard to get used to it. That makes it very hard for any kind of vet coming out of the service.
I don't know how many veterans I've had who've come home from sometimes multiple tours who can't find a decent job, at least not one that takes advantage of all of their skills and experience. Their relationships are failing. They're having combat trauma and maybe TBI issues, and as everything starts to fall apart.
For 8 years I lived Army values. I was willing to die, for my country and the Army. I would think they'd want to hire somebody with that type of commitment. I'm proud of everything that I was a part of. I'm proud of everything I did, and I'm proud of everybody that I served with over there. But now that I'm home, why can't I get a job doing something that I know that I can do?